Right, well, hello and welcome to our cloth tutorial. So let's say you want to make some curtains for your MLO to have them dynamic, or you just want to separate rooms with curtains and you don't really know how to make the cloth to actually work. And yeah, it's a little bit tricky because cloth is kind of janky in GTA. And it's not you for the most part. It's mainly that the game is not really built around proper cloth physics. But yeah, let's dive straight to it. So let me spawn a plane. Alright. So first things first, shader tools. So you have various cloth. For props, you don't want to touch pad cloth, otherwise your game's gonna be crashing. But let's start with cloth spec cutout and cloth normal spec. Okay, so this plane is gonna have normal spec, and this plane is gonna have spec cutout. Right. So let's name it. Name it like this so it's organized. Okay, so our cutout is here, our normal is here, well, normal spec. Okay, so let's do things to the normal spec first. So I'm going to scale it. Now, if you know Blender a little bit, you know that if you spawn the default cube or default plane, the edge is 2 meters long. So now this is 2 meters. So this would be 4 meters. Okay. You don't want the cloth things to be too big. So I'm going to make it 3 by 2. And now let's put some loop cuts on there. Like so. Let me enable statistics so I can see the vertex count. So 117 times 2. Yeah, that would work. Okay, that's not gonna work because it's gonna subdivide everything. So let's do 15 and 10. 204, yeah, that's within the limit. Okay, so this is our base. So this is our normal. Now for our cutout, I'm gonna leave it like this. The cutout is not gonna be anything special, so it's not necessary. Not what I wanted to do. Control R. Let's do it 9 by 9. Okay, so it's nice and even. And let's slap a texture on the cutout. So textures, sort by size. All right. So some transparent texture. I know I have some fancy ones somewhere, but it's always annoying to go through them, especially when you have too many. Yeah, I believe we can use this cloud. Princess Bubblegum. UV editing. I'm going to scale this like so. Okay, so this is our cutout. Now for normal. Let's add some curtain. So I can use which one is use the red one. Curtain. Okay. Now for bump. I can use either this or this. I'm not sure which one's gonna look the best. Curtain cotton, satin, and it's just normal. Let's use cotton. Non-color. Yeah, that looks fancy. So you see here, and I'm gonna remove the bump. You see, this is just solid color, yeah? Yeah, okay. Solid color, nothing else, nothing special. But the second I add the bump, actually I can control Z, you see that it suddenly has the detail that I wanted. So yeah, you need to be wary of that. If you use specific diffuse with specific, things on there that are pre-baked, then you need to use appropriate bump sampler on it. But if you're just solid, you can use whatever you have on hand. Now for spec, I need to use the penthouse curtain spec map, if it has one, of course. And it does. Now which one, because it has multiple. So I could use this, or this is for satin. I'm using cotton. So let's use this one. Oh shit, it doesn't look good. Let's try to reset vectors. Let's hop into UV editing. Right. Okay, I see. So it's a feature, not a bug. Interesting. So what if I... Oh, I see. It's even right here. I'm stupid. Oh, but this looks also good. And this is kind of eh. Yeah, let's use the one we had originally on there. So both is for cotton. Okay, that's amazing. Let's embed them, just so I don't forget, like I did on the stream. Okay, specular fall off. I'm going to make 20 and intensity 0.3, 0.5, fall off 100. I don't want it too shiny. I guess we'll see in game. $80. Yeah, that's okay. So this is for our curtain on a cloth normal spec shader. Well, let's press now to 0.1. Right, and now cutout. Now cutout has only diffuse. Let's embed that. Now specular intensity. If I set it to 1 and this is to 512, you see it's not doing anything. So 0.12, and let's set this to 40. Okay, so that's our cloth spec cutout. Now for both, Control A. For both, Control A, all transforms. Create drawable objects. Here, only center to selection and separate objects. You do not want embed collision. And we convert to drawable. Now when it's in drawable, you can select again both of them. And I'm gonna clear parent and quit transformation. I do this just so I know that the actual model is actual drawable, which you can double check if you go in here into object properties and you here, now it's drawable model. Previously it was none. Right, so that's that. Now the next step would be you can either hop into CodeWalker. You don't really have to search. Wow. You don't really have to search for any flags or anything. You can go to police station and grab the flag from there, because everybody has the flag there. So there is not much of a reason to be looking for anything else than this. Prop flag US. Prop flag US. Now you want prop flag US, not YT or anything, just the US as it was on here. I'm going to export it as XML. I can export it right here to our stream folder. It's okay. I don't really need to be saving textures, but I'm gonna save them anyways, just so we're not looking at pink model. I'm gonna hide these two. Import. Desktop. CodeWalker, prop flag US. Okay, and here you see we have our US flag. I'm gonna grab these two, rotate over Z 90 degrees, actually minus 90 degrees. Is that correct? I don't think it is. Hold on. Rotate Z. Yeah, just 90. I'm overthinking it. Okay. Now next thing, I am going to grab the cutout first. Hop into edit mode. Make sure none of these is enabled. I'm gonna open the flag, hide the actual flag, enable vertex snapping, move it like somewhere around here, and just snap it to the bone. The bone is right here, so you snap it to the bone. Control A, all transforms. Now this one is tricky, but let's snap it from top to the bone. Okay, so there we have it. Two things. For flag would be here, and for a curtain like this one, it would be there. Now the next thing you want to do is, this is the flag cloth, and you have the constraints here. You can make them yourself, but since you already have it in here, you don't need to be making all this yourself. You can just grab the constraints and just drag and drop them onto yours. Right? Very simple, very easy. Now the flag is on cloth default, doesn't tell us anything. Fragment, nothing. Animation tracks, nothing. So as for this one, just a drawable model, not character cloth mesh, just a drawable model. And you can delete that. Select the hierarchy for your armature and duplicate it so you have it twice. Grab your normal, parent onto mesh, cutout, parent onto mesh. Now let's start renaming thing. So cloth normal dot cloth, cutout dot cloth, cloth normal dot mesh. This is dot call. This is scale, and this is normal. Okay, so this is all ready. Actually, I need to rename the bone too. Don't forget to rename the bone too. Otherwise, if you're not gonna rename the bone, the prop name and the cloth and the mesh, all the names are gonna change to the name of the original bone. You want to avoid that. You want to rename the bone. So everything needs to carry your cloth prop name and with appropriate extension. So .scale, .call, .mesh, .cloth. Alright, so resolution for cutout, .mesh, .scale. Okay. Call, cloth, mesh, collision, cutout, skeleton, cutout. Right. Now let me double check transforms. I didn't apply them on this one. So let's just double check everything. Right. All is good. Okie dokie. So we have our two props. Let's go into archetype definition. YTB cloth. Okay, we have our cloth here, so I'm gonna select both of those as base, disable the goddamn arrows, and autocreate from selected. Now here you see it does not have physics dictionary, so I'm going to just copy and paste, copy, paste. Alright, it has texture dictionary because it's embedded. Now in here, you don't really have to touch anything, just none. Yes, cloth is special, but it does not belong under special attribute. It belongs into flags, as cloth. The flag should be automatically enabled when you have the correct cloth physics share before you start doing the rest. So I'm gonna set it as dynamic as well, and cast shadows. And I believe that's all good. So now the last thing, what we want to do, I'm going to hop into Vertex Painter. And now, as you can see, if I go into attribute, is it an attribute? Yeah. Now, as you can see, it's all white on our color 1. We don't want it white. I want to set it to 0.5 red and paint. Now it's red. Now this as well. And now for the cutout, you also, or at least you should be able. I think we can leave it this way, see how it looks. Not really overthinking things. Okay, so we have our props ready, our white type ready, Vertex painted cloth to like a little bit brighter red, just so we could see. So the next thing, let's start exporting. So new folder, cloth export, export white type, export these two. Has physics enabled but no associated collision. But here you see how janky it is. Because the first one successfully exported and the second one has an issue, even though they're both exactly identical, right? That's why I'm testing every single time if it's gonna come out or not. Cloth cutout. Oh, I see. Fuck. Yeah, that's why you test and debug before you start launching the game. So this is cloth cutout, cloth normal, cloth normal. Okay, let's try to export again. Now it should work. Yes. Right. But it was just for the test. We are not done here yet. So let's start with the cutout first, since that's a flag. So we want to hop into cloth tools, mask per vertex. So I'm going to set it to 0.000825. Now in here, a very important thing, you always want to start with 0.000 and then 3-digit number. It is, it's not really intuitive, but if you go 0.00 and number, it's already too jittery. It starts to like jitter around too much. And if you go 0.0 something, it's completely Wild West. the cloth will be randomly jumping and flailing around like if it was in a tornado. So yeah, mass per vertex, 000, and then number. So I'm going to set it. Now inflation scale, 0, whatever. Force transform, also 0, so we don't need to worry about these. We don't need to worry about pinned. So our bone is right here, so this is the edge where it's gonna be pinned. So I'm gonna pin it right there. You need to be in edit mode to select just vertices. And then you hit pin, and you see the orange squares. That's where it's pinned. Now, as the gradient goes, you can set it from 0 to 1, select all, and fill gradient. And you see from pinned vertices to the end, it will gradually increase the number. That especially applies if you do some like cloth on a building that's supposed to just cover something, but you want the effect of the wind. So you're covering a window and you still want the cloth to be moving, or not cloth, maybe you made a tarp prop and you want the tarp to like jitter around in the wind. Then you would like basically pinned it something like so, and select all and fill gradient. So the edges are not gonna be moving, just the middle vertex is gonna be moving, and then it gradually decreases. Okay? But that's not what we're doing. So I'm going to unpin them all. Pin radius, I'm going to set to 1, this to 1. I'm going to set all of these to 1 and pinned to 0. Pinned should always be at 0 because they're not gonna be moving. So pinned always 0, and since this is a flag prop, I want all of these at 1 to have the same influence all around. Okay, now pin radius sets. Just select these on 0. And all 4 pin radius sets are like this. These at 1 and pinned at 0. Okay. So this is ready. Now this one. So since this is a curtain, we want to pin the top like this. Mass per vertex, let's set it to the same value actually. $825, yes. Inflation scale 0. Force transform 0. Okay. Now the pin radius. So the way I want the curtain to work is now how do I want the curtain to work? That's a question. What I can do, I'm going to not here, here. Oh shit. Join. I'm going to delete these vertices. I'm going to create this. Okay. So let's do pin radius. Okay, that's 0 and set 0 for all 4 sets on top for our pinned vertices. And now this one is gonna be more solid, and this one is gonna be more wiggly. So I'm gonna leave this one at 825, or actually let's set all of them to 825 again. Yep. So this would be the solid part. So I'm gonna do this radius manually. So I want these to be at 1. Now these 3, 0.6, set, 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 and set. Now these 0.4, set, and set, and set, and set. And then these 0.2, set, 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 and set. Okay, so it's gradually going up. Now for this is the more stiffer part. Now this part will be fully wiggly. So I'm just gonna set the whole top at 0.2, and the rest I'm gonna leave like this. Okay. Righty. So now we have both of these things. Let's test export again. It exported. Perfect. So here are our exported things. I'm going to hop into my default maps folder on my server. Okay. Copy FX manifest. Create a string folder. Let's check FX manifest. Yes, it's only basic. String folder right here. RPF Explorer. Reload. Okay. Wank. Ooh, it looks fancy. It's a little bit glossy, but I don't mind. This is looking weird. Okay, let's investigate. So this one is not triangulated. Let's triangulate. And this one also not triangulated. So yeah, problem. You don't want the thing to go 20 different ways. Ngon method clay fixed. Yes, that's what you want. Oh, oops, not what I wanted to press. Since we know this one is a bit too glossy, even though I said I like it, let's make it 50, 0.3. Export. It's still a bit glossy. It should be better. Now let's see if I can still see the artifacts. And they are gone. Perfect. Okay. I'm trying to think if I forget something or not. Yeah, but I guess we can move forward. So we have white type and our two props. And let's code walk for a bit. I'm gonna go to LSIA because it's a flat ground. Our stream project is right here. Okay, we can use this tunnel. Maybe I could try to use... I don't know, what should I try to use? Maybe this part, yeah. Or now, let's just do it right here. Okay. Copy path to my stream folder. Alright, it's loaded in. New YMap file. Okay. Yep. Let's reload. YMap. New entity. Normal. This is gonna be a little big. Or small. I did really expect the tank to be bigger. This is really small. But it'll do the trick. Okay. How tall is a pedestrian? How tall is a pedestrian? Not that tall. I know how tall is pedestrian. 180, 2.5. So this is where it would be my head. So I'm gonna lift it a little bit up. Yeah. Okay. Now our cutout. I'm gonna hold shift and duplicate the thing. It just paste the name. Oh shit. Oh no, I'm stupid. The bounds will change, they will reload. Yeah. I thought the bounds are incorrect. Okay, so that's our flag. You know that it's here is the pinning point. So I'm going to actually, I'm going to leave it right here. Now, a thing that I wanted to avoid, but I unfortunately need to search for stuff anyways, so oh, I'm signed out. That's annoying. Okay. This is a flagpole. I don't really see a thing. Yeah, looks good. Let's put the same flagpole right here. I'm gonna lift it up and rotate. Times 0. Yeah. I'm just putting it there so I wouldn't be annoyed. That's all. Because it would annoy me, it's not connected to a solid thing. Okay, just some roughly shaped thing. Okay, so we have this and that, bits and bobs here and there. Nice for this one. Static dynamic, static dynamic, static dynamic, static dynamic shadows. No, it is not indeed a static entity. These two are a static entity. How come is floor rotation on that, not on that? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. Codewalker knows the best. Actually, I think I know because I rotated it over X instead of just over Z. But yeah, everything seems to be in order. So manifest generator, degenerate a manifest. Yes, yes, and no. Reload to see. We have it here. Now I don't really see anything on there. Maybe just me, or I forgot something again. No, everything is embedded. So it might be just Codewalker. Okay, so we know that it works. No, we don't know that it works, but we know that it spawns in the Y map correctly. So let me close all this junk. So we have our two props, Y map and a Y type, FX manifest in our stream folder. And let's hop onto a server and let's talk more when we're there. Right, so here we are. Let's spawn in and check the thing out and pray to God that I'm not gonna be stuck in a crash loop. No crashing. Our warehouse is right there. That's what we did on stream. Ooh, bright, bright. So we did that warehouse on stream. It has no LODs, it's just a single thing. It does have a collision. We also did the flag, as you see right there. So yeah, that's that. We did that on stream. Now, I say that every single time, not many people listen, and then they wonder why their game is crashing or why things is not loading or not working. Don't be flying into your newly created asset. Just drive there or walk there. Give the game some time to load. Okay? Now, things are not working exactly as I expected. The cutout does work the way I want it. Wing. But not this one. You can definitely see that this part is a little bit more solid than this part. It's not moving as freely as this one. But the weight that I have on is too much. So let me walk through it. Wing. And wing. Wing. So I don't want that. I don't like that. So let's go away from there. Alt F4. And let's do some changes to the prop. So 825 is too much. So let's try 225. Set. Export. Shit, now I used our RPF Explorer again. Okay, default maps, YouTube cloth. It is there. Now I'm not gonna be turning it off. Okay, and be right back when the server's back up. Righty. We're back. And you see, in the bottom right there was the download thingy. Okay. It's not red, it's gray. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Alright, so that's about it. That's cloth for you. My computer is not happy. It is running at 140 FPS, but it's not happy for having too much cloth props. Let me see something. Because I'm recording, that CPU is a bit higher. The GPU is not really working much. But yeah, I have the hair, and then character with booba physics, and then this junk, and then that junk. It's just not happy. You can also see that on the cloth that it's, you know, at running at 15 FPS. Now, something that I wanted to try. I don't know if the game is gonna crash. Probably yes. You can drive through it with a car. Yeah, of course, what I expected. It would crash, but it does not register car collision, only pedestrians. So don't expect to be making curtains for vehicles, because it reacts only to pedestrian. Now do keep in mind that my pedestrian has a specific collision on it as well. If you don't have the collision, it should still react to you. I do need the collision because I have the hair. Normally it do not have the collision, but it should still be reacting to you. Okay, so that's cloth. It's janky, it's not perfect, but it's there. Try to use it sparingly. Like if you just need to create, you know, a detail, like you have a club and you want to put a flag there to, you know, be something special, you can do it like this. If you need to put some curtains somewhere next to windows, you can put them there too. And same goes with the tarp, as I said in the beginning. You can use it for the same kind of thing. But don't be overdoing it with the cloth. Don't be putting too much things into too many places. Otherwise, the game will start to hate you. Like it right now hates me. Okay, so that's that thing. Oh shit, I realized that my game is too loud. I do apologize for that, if you can hear it in the background. I don't get it. How I missed it completely that it's too loud. I guess I was too laser focused on one thing. Okay, and this is what we did on stream. Just a basic warehouse with some decals, and we're also gonna be putting interior in it. So yeah. If you want to see some specific things, how the progress is done in real time without any cuts or pauses, and what issues may arise when you're creating things, then you can follow me on stream. And yeah, we're gonna be fooling around with things like that quite a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something new, and I don't know what's gonna be the next tutorial, but see you next time. Bye!